Hey, what's up? It's Doug Cunnington from Niche Site Project. Welcome. This is a live stream on YouTube. So you probably already know that. And hopefully in a second, I'll hear my voice.
It's Doug Cunnington from Niche Site Project.
So I'll mute that and pause it. I don't need to see that going, but I am monitoring the chat, which is cool. So today is Wednesday, and I'm going to talk about like site structure for niche and authority sites. So I just shared over on the Facebook side, so hopefully some Facebook people will come over here. Looks like we got a handful of people on right now, which is awesome. I see David, what's up? And if you are joining up, if it's the first time that you're watching one of the live streams, welcome. Let me know where you're from in the chat. Say hello. This will be a little bit like a shorter session, so can't answer too many questions. Today I'll answer a few if we have time, but I have a meeting at the top of the hour, so I need to stop a little early and not go on and on too much. Wesley is on from the UK. Awesome. Thanks for joining up. And hopefully we'll be able to get rolling in a second here. So it has been slightly a busy week just because there's a lot of stuff going on with the course launch, 5-Figure Niche Site. If you are unfamiliar with the course, there's a link below in the description. You can check it out. I know some people are already in, like Pritam Roy is a student, so welcome Pritam. Thanks for joining up today. See, I have a friend that's coming in town tomorrow, probably in the evening. That's when his flight is supposed to be, but he's going to try and come in earlier, so it could shake up my day a bit, but I'm generally taking Friday off. We may still do the live stream because it could be fun to have another person here to talk through something non-internet marketing or more general anyway. So I'm trying to fit a lot of stuff into this week and do it before my friend TJ gets in town. So trying to cram a lot of things in, and then I've also added, every now and then I do this for the course, like if students or when students join up, I'll just schedule a meeting with them. I'll send them a link and we'll just chat for a few minutes so I can get to know the people that are coming into the course. So that's kind of cool. And Rohan says, you like the art on the wall. Thanks. It's a quilt that my mom made. So she gave it to us, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's her first one. That's what she told us anyway. And this was my wife's office a while back, so it's kind of pastel-y, and there's some, the quilt here. So it was sort of built around her, what she wanted in here. But anyway, thank you for saying that, appreciate it. So I'll get into the topic today, which is the site structure for a niche or authority site. Now, I used to try to build sites using like the silo structure, and I have a whole post and guide on that on Niche Site Project. If you go there and search for it, you should be able to find it. Just siloing. And the idea with siloing is to follow like a pretty strict architecture, and you kind of have to know what your site is going to look like in the future in order to architect, design, and plan out the site. So the reason why I was sort of in favor of the silo design in the past, not anymore by the way, the silo design is because I was told, and it looked to be a way to sort of pass link juice and get some SEO benefits through this very strict sort of regimented site structure of silos. And generally the way these silos would work is you'd have a sort of a main topic, something broad like writing utensils, and then it would branch out into smaller subsections, subtopics. And it may be writing utensils at the top is the parent, and then the children would be highlighters, pencils, and pens. And then from there, you could break it down even more and say cover brand. So the pens may have, Pilot, they mention Cross, and other, I don't know, other pen brands. But you get the idea. So it can break it down even further. And you could plan out a site pretty well doing that. In a WordPress environment, it would just be using, or you would use the pages, and then each of the subtopics and subtopics would have like a parent-child relationship. Now, the problem is it gets a little difficult to plan out a site that well, especially if you're not 100% sure like what you're going to do at the very beginning. Things always change, and it can be a little difficult to plan out a site like that. And then you may feel stressed out because you haven't built out certain sections and you're behind schedule and stuff like that. So the other flaw with this sort of siloing plan is that you can end up with very long URLs that, you know, if you paint yourself into a corner, it may not make a lot of sense. So what I now do is I don't worry about the silos too much. I may have a couple, you know, pages on a site where it's essentially like a user guide or something that is more permanent. And then if I want to have, you know, a parent-child relationship with a few other pages, then I'll do it. But I don't think about it too strictly. I don't have silos all over the place. They're pretty small. And what I normally will do is just publish posts, just a whole bunch of posts. And the key thing, important thing that I took away from silos is not only was there a strict sort of like structure for the site and the architecture of the site, but it was the interlinking. So each of the parents would link to the child post, and each of the child posts would link back up to the parent, as well as any other children. If you look at the silo structured posts, you'll understand what I'm talking about, but there's just links going all over the place in these silo structures. And what I took away from the silo idea was that interlinking was very important. And when you look at a site like Wikipedia, or I don't have any other examples, but you look at Wikipedia or maybe like Quick Sprout, or Neil Patel is a great example. There's links, like there's so many interlinks within a post that if you just started, you know, there, you would probably be able to hit all the other posts if you just like kept taking every link that you could. So that was my main takeaway. So at this point, my site structure is mainly, you know, maybe a couple pages if I want to make a page, and then posts for everything else. But I use the same sort of interlinking idea from the silos on posts. So you don't have to architect everything ahead of time. You can like adapt and add links as your site grows, but you don't have to have everything figured out when you first start. That's the biggest hurdle with the silos. And then when something changes, you may have to re-architect a whole bunch of stuff and rename things in 301 redirect, which is obviously a pain to do. So posts are what I use, and just interlink a lot. And I see a few more other people joined. Rohan mentions that siloing is good for e-commerce. Yes, and I see that, you know, navigation structure for e-commerce quite a lot. If you go to like Lowe's.com is one that I've seen. I'm sure Home Depot is the same, but they have silos set up like in a pretty strict way, and it makes sense. So you can easily navigate and find other products. What's up, Nick? What's up, Leo? Thanks for joining up. And yeah, Leo, for sure, let me know your other topic. Definitely can add it to the list. What's up, Dami? Thanks for joining. And so anyway, in conclusion, I don't do silos anymore. I just use posts in WordPress and then interlink like crazy. Every post links out to at least 2 other posts, sometimes more. And then every post has more links coming in, 2, sometimes more. And in that way, I think I get the benefits of the silo idea without having to like figure out and plan and architect the whole thing ahead of time. So that's where I'm at with site structure. And a secondary thing that people ask about a lot is like what to put on the homepage. So I would say, go look at like real normal websites and see what they have on there. Usually there's some sort of like a paragraph or two of like kind of what the site's about, and probably some links to like main important like guides or pages, posts, and maybe like the most recent blog post. Maybe there's some social icons where people could follow you on other sites and social media. So I would say for your homepage, just make it look like that. Like make it look like a website. It doesn't matter that much. What you shouldn't do is put affiliate content on your homepage, because you're gonna have a hard time getting guest posts. People are just gonna see you as a pretty like advertising heavy site. You're just an affiliate and you're not really like a real website. You're just an affiliate marketer out there, and it's a lot harder to get links if you do that. Overall, I don't try and build links to the homepage. I don't care if the homepage ranks. So the homepage to me doesn't matter that much, other than if someone lands on it, they don't assume that I'm just some affiliate marketer, which I'm not. Much deeper than that, right? Rohan asked, what am I doing for anchor text diversification? That's a long answer, so I'll save it for another day. But generally, I just use different anchor text. That is not a thorough answer, but yeah, just use different anchor text. And Nick says, as long as you categorize them, you can go, this is on the content structure, as long as you categorize the post, you can go back and create a menu based on the categories, and it'll pull those posts in the category. Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly right. Does Yoast SEO, is Yoast SEO good to use, or does it apply to Google way of doing things anymore? Yoast is a good plugin. Yoast SEO is a good plugin to use, as long as you don't follow the guidelines that they mention. It's a powerful tool for doing other things, but if you try to use like the keyword ratio and that they recommend, it'd be like way over optimized in most cases. And a lot, like any of the yellow, red, green guidelines they give you, like I don't pay attention to that. So it's a good plugin. And okay, so Leo asked about, and this is the off topic. Okay, it could be, and I'll answer super quick. It could be that they know that you're related, Leo, but I'll add this to the queue and answer this another day. And then Pritam says, it's tough to get links for commercial affiliate content. Most links are on the homepage. And how can you pass links from the homepage to affiliate content? Just put a link on the homepage to the affiliate content. That's all you have to do, Pritam. And the other thing is, you can get links to your affiliate content if you spend time building the relationship a little bit longer. And then Rohan asked, what type of links are you using for anchor diversification? Basically, I don't care about anchor diversification. Like it just happens because I'm using like guest posts and, well, the types of links are guest post and blog commenting. And as long as you vary your anchor text, then you'll be fine. So I think people worry about anchor text diversification when they're doing gray hat stuff, and then you need to worry about it. You need to get branded. You need to get naked URL, but I'm not doing that, so it doesn't apply for me. Dennis asks, what about best of posts with mini reviews that have links to full product reviews? Sure, those are fine. I see people do those. I think I have a couple of those on my site, but not very many. I usually will just put like the big review into the best of post. But people do it both ways generally. So I don't do it that often though. All right. I have one more minute here, so I'll answer Nick's question. I'm gonna log the other questions that people asked, in the queue. So keep tuning in. Like, I'm building up a queue of questions. I'm going through them each day, almost in order, but generally I'm going through them. So keep tuning in. If you can't catch it live, that's cool. You come back. You can just watch it on the channel. Okay. So Nick's question is, so he prefaced it by saying, I have a good question. So if you have several, if you own several real sites, is it okay to backlink them as long as the posts are relevant, or will it see it as a PBN? It's definitely riskier. I don't have a huge amount of experience, but I would probably say don't do it too much. I would say, like, if you have several sites, I would, make sure they're not, and you're trying to do that, I would not host them on the same hosting account from the same IP address. They shouldn't be in the same webmaster tools, search console. They shouldn't have analytics tied together in the same dashboard. So basically you want to have those separate. If you're just adding like one link from one post that's really relevant with two sites that are like relevant, that's probably okay, but I wouldn't have more than like one link. The thing is, it's probably okay, but it's definitely more risky if you have all these on the same domain. So cool. Like I said, I have a meeting coming up with one of the students for 5-Figure Niche Site. If you're interested in the course, there's a link below and you can check it out. And Nick says, really, even if they're like fully legit and built out. So here's the thing, Nick, everything's risky. So like to do that, it could be risky. Probably it would be fine, but I don't want to tell you that it's okay and then you get penalized. So I would say avoid it, keep everything like super separate, and like you have to assess your own risk tolerance. So like, how upset would you be if all your sites were penalized and like you got a manual penalty? So look at it like that. The only reason I know is because it's happened to me. So if you are okay with it, then you can do it. But if it sort of would make you upset, then I would avoid it. All right. I got a jet now, and Brian asked the question about waking up at 4:30. I've relaxed on that, just generally, so I'm not doing it as strictly, but I actually recorded videos on days when I was going through it. So there were some ups and downs. I'm hopefully gonna edit that in the next week or so and put it on like the vlog section of the YouTube channel. So, all right, folks, I got a jet. Thanks a lot for hopping on. And we'll see you next time. Tomorrow there's actually a webinar, so be sure to check out the webinar. All right, bye.